All right, so we just did Azure, and we've obviously done AWS. So let's go ahead and do GCP. And using GCP with Azure is actually very nice because Google's API is very concise, and so it's not a lot of work to set up anything there. But authentication is kind of a pain. Again, AWS still has the easiest method of authentication, just dropping those keys in. Not to say that the methods are bad, it's just, again, kind of a pain to set up. So what we're going to do is grab our provider information, and we will have a new folder here. I'm calling this main.tf, and we'll paste it in here as such. Okay. And if I remember correctly, to configure this, we need a bunch of stuff. It's like credentials and other stuff. I'll go back here and just see what information we have. And so this one's a bit odd because it doesn't show that. Maybe it's under guides. Configuration reference. We're just looking for the credentials. Adding credentials. Okay. Oh, maybe it's under here, credentials. Yeah, so this would be the options we want here. I think this is under the provider because I'm just trying to recognize the name like credentials, projects, regions, zones. These are the things I remember having to set for it. So what we'll do is go over here and again, see like the documentation's a little bit harder to get through. I mean, it's probably all here. It's just a lot of work to read, honestly. And so I'm going to do credentials. Okay, I'm going to do project. I'm going to do region. I'm going to do zone. And I'm likely going to want to do this in US Central 1 because that is usually what I like to do for GCP. I believe this is US Central 1 there. I'm just making sure I've spelt it right. That doesn't look right to me. And so we'll have to create ourselves a new project probably. So what we'll do is go over to Google Cloud. Bye-bye, Azure. And we can create ourselves a new project. Probably be a good idea for this. Console. And we'll give it a moment here. And I'm going to go over up here to the top. And I'm going to, I think that was the test one I did a while back, but I'm going to just say make a new project here. And this one is going to be Terraform GCP example. And we'll go ahead and create that. It's usually very, very quick. Creation in progress. We'll give this a hard refresh here. Okay. And it is now ready, so we'll just switch over to that project. I need the project ID, which is right here, so we'll grab that there. And we'll paste that in there. And now we need credentials. So I never remember how to do this. We'll say JSON Credentials GCP. I just remember that it's a JSON file, and there's something like with service accounts and things like that. So seems like we'll go here. And we want to go into our GCP one here. And I'm just going to check my app as a reference. Don't remember it being that hard. My server's account. Create and continue. I do not remember this whatsoever. Okay, let me just read through here quickly. Yeah, I do think we have to create a service account. I just don't remember what roles. Click to select the role. The role field affects which resources you want. I just want everything, okay? So, I'll be an owner because that'll give me full access to everything there, and we'll go ahead and hit continue. This is optional, so I'm just going to hit continue here. And so now I am in. And so from here, what we can do is go ahead and create ourselves, I guess we don't have to create any things. We just have to download our key. So just looking at this here. Which one is it? I cannot tell. August 18th. That's kind of today. So I think this is where our key would be. So if we go to manage keys, should be able to download them here. Maybe I can create it. Ah, here we go. Okay. It's tricky. So it just downloaded it right now. And like, this is so hard for me to remember. Like, I just have a really hard time with GCP around permissions and credentials. I don't know why. It's my AWS brain for you. And so what I want to do is place it in this folder just to make our lives really easy. Okay, and then we'll just paste that on in there. I'm really surprised I can remember all that. Okay, but like that's the thing is once you're set up, you don't ever have to think about this stuff again. But every time you have to do it's very painful. Okay, so our credentials are in, and so this should work. We're going to need something to provision, so I'm going to go back over to GCP. We'll just say GCP Terraform. Actually, it might be up here. And I want to go back to the documentation, and I believe that was like, it's probably like, it always starts with the name, so it's Google, and their services compute, so it's probably instance. Compute engine. There it is, okay. And we'll just see what kind of examples we have here. Might scroll down and have something at the bottom. Nope. The only example we have here is this. So I'm just going to quickly read through it and see if it is good for us to use. Yeah, it looks fine. I know that we're going to need a boot disk, and we're going to need a network interface. We don't need to scratch this. We don't need all these things. So I'm just going to pare this down, okay? So we'll go ahead and grab on all this stuff. Just seems like so much. And I'm going to go down below. And we do not have to place in a service account. We do not need metadata for this example. We'll take out the metadata information. The network interface is fine. We don't need to put anything in here. We will have it on the network as default because that'll save us some time. We do not need to specify the scratch disk. We definitely need a boot image, and I'm going to go Debian 10 for fun. I feel like 10 is probably out. We don't want tags right now. It's not a big deal. Is the zone? It's almost the zone I want. Actually, I don't think I even need to specify the zone. I think it will just like pick up on what I have in my credentials. The machine type, I want this to be inexpensive. I believe it's called micro, and we need to give this a name. So I'm just going to say Terraform instance. And I'm just going to say like VM instance up here. And let's give that a go. Terraform plan. I'm just hoping that it's going to pick up that credential file here locally, and I did that all right. Okay, so what we'll do is scroll up. It says no changes. Objects have changed outside of Terraform. Well, I haven't provisioned anything yet. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong folder. Okay, I always tell you to be in the right folder, and I'm not even in the correct folder myself. So we need to go back a directory. Saying like, I hadn't provisioned anything. What is it talking about? So we'll do Terraform init to get GCP installed there. I was very surprised like we weren't getting errors. Okay. Okay, good. And so now we'll do a Terraform plan. And while that's going on, I'm just going to bring this up into GCP and make our way over to compute. Okay. And one to add, no problems, good. So we'll do a Terraform apply. auto approve. It has not been used in this project before. Oh, so we got to enable it, of course. Compute API. Well, didn't take me to the right place. Something I don't like is their API jumps around everywhere. I don't want to try it. I just want to use it. It says it's enabled. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. We'll go down here to Terraform GCP example, and now we'll enable it. Maybe we just didn't see it because we were in the wrong project. I like how the search just vanishes here. Like, that's a great UI choice there, Google. Okay. You can see like Azure really has, other than the fact that it's slow, it has a really, really good UI. That's someone that likes using AWS for you. Oh, I guess it probably would have brought us here anyway. So I think we're just waiting for this to enable. Oh, maybe the search was here the entire time. Okay, I was just complaining because I didn't see it. I don't know why they just wouldn't keep that expanded all the time, though, honestly. I'll hit enable again. I'm pretty sure that it is enabling. So this is initializing. It is now enabled. Sometimes it's better to trust what's over here as opposed to what's here. So I believe that it's enabled and the UI is just being a bit slow. So I'm going to go here to auto approve. And what I'll try to do is maybe just click back here. There's nowhere to go back. I'm just going to click into another one. Sometimes that helps. Then we'll go back to compute. Is this enabled yet? Required compute zones get permission. Forbidden. Well, I'm an owner, so I should have everything. Okay. At least this is enabled now. I'm going to try this one more time, just in case the permissions were still kind of like enabling there. Okay. So if that's our problem, service accounts. Click into that. Okay, maybe I was creating it in my app and I was in the wrong place. That's probably where I was, and that's why I was so mixed up. Yeah, so this is in another test account. And so when I created that service account, I created it in the wrong place. If you made it in the right account, you're not going to have this problem as I did. You probably aren't even encountering this error, but I am. So I will go ahead and manage keys, and we will create ourselves a new key. Sorry about that. And I mean, it makes sense because it says my app here, so clearly I generated the wrong one. Okay, we'll drag that one over. Yes, I understand. It's very secure. And I'll go here, and I will copy that. What we'll do here, whoops, I don't want that there. We will scroll on down. And delete that. We'll do an auto approve. And I believe that this will work. Now we'll have the correct permissions. So yeah, I believe it is working now. Oh, that was fast. There we go. And so we'll go back over here and we will make our way back to compute. VM instances here. And there it is. Okay. So we can go ahead and do a destroy here. Terraform destroy. Yes. And we're all done, okay?